Majo, John, and Juanito, Acamal, Mexico. It's almost 11 p.m. and I'm on the side of my bed. I'm supposed to be in the hospital. Didn't make it. This morning what got me to pull the trigger or get activated was I realized Dennis has been saying to me, my brother, slow down, enunciate better. I thought, you're slurring your words. You're losing the ability to form words. What if that goes away altogether? You're so toxic with all this urine built up in your system. You're not in pain as much, but you get up out of the chair like 2 or 3 times a day and that's it. What if you pass out? Then you're fucked, right? So I told people it is time to go to the hospital. I need to not put it off. I know where I don't want to go. I don't want to go to the poor person's hospitals. I don't want to go to that really rich one in Playa, but gotta do something. So I had teased with Marcos the day before that maybe I'll walk downtown. But I started casting about trying to figure out a way I could get a ride downtown. And then finally, Marcos' wife Ruby had looked in on me and apparently said to him, this guy's fucked. He's fucked. He's not even moving. So Marcos shifted his schedule around and came by with a car to take me to Tulum. So that was about noon. Got there, nice hospital. I said, stick here, make sure they're going to take me. I went in, it seemed fine. Okay. He went back to Acamal, half hour. Lovely people, every one of them. Nice little facility, tiny little thing to call itself a hospital. The really nice Spanish speaking but some English doctor said, we don't have all the hookups to do you need a thorough evaluation. What's going on with your kidneys, what's going on with your bladder, what's going on with your prostate. We can't do all that. Well, you have to go back to Playa, back past Acamal, 30 minutes north of there to Playa, and we're sending you to the La Jolla, H-J-O-Y-A. It's got the word joy in it. That sounded good. La Jolla, California was a hotbed for personal growth stuff. That sounded good. They guaranteed me it wasn't the Costa Med that wanted 4,000 American dollars just to go through the door. No, they laughed about how expensive that place was. So I went, oh, okay. You who took 6 steps to get out of the yard, now you have to get on the Colectivo bus, go back to Playa, catch a taxi, find the hospital. Okay. And I just went into slow motion. It was after 2.5 weeks of being absolutely physically battered, emotionally battered. It was the most battering emotionally, physically I've had. And I just went, oh, okay, here's another one. And everything was like in slow motion. I couldn't hear people speaking. I just saw them moving. They all looked beautiful. Instead of hurrying to get back there, I went to my favorite restaurant and got some good vegetable soup. I took an hour and no thoughts, just watching everything, watching. Then I realized you don't have Colectivo. You don't have Efectivo. You don't have cash money to take the Colectivo bus back to Playa. No, you came out without it. Well, how are you going to get it? Can't ask Marcos to come back. And I'm from Chicago. I'll run a hustle. So I came up with a foolproof. It was foolproof. These two young girls waiting, selling ice cream at Aldo's. I'm gonna, in nice Spanish, I wrote it out in my translator. I'll give you a big fat tip if you give me 60 pesos back in cash so I can take the bus because I have to get to this other hospital. Well, they were too young, too green. It was like, it was so easy, so risk-free, but it was not in their comfort zone. I wasn't even mad at them when they said no. Then I went over to the convenience store. The girl there wouldn't do it. I don't think she even had a button for tips in her thing. Then I realized this sharp young guy who's opening the door, it's all through Mexico, convenience stores. People will stand there opening the door for you all day, not quite expecting a tip, but a lot of people give them a tip. Sometimes they've got a baby, sometimes they're old, sometimes they're handicapped. This guy seemed fine, but I knew he was a good guy because as I came up the stairs to go in, he saw how wobbly I was and gave me a big, strong hand to get in. So I went back to him and I said, hey, you've got a pocket full of silver. I'll buy you something with my credit card. And then you give me 60 pesos for the bus. He was glad to do that, made both of us happy. I went out and stood, it was late in the afternoon, but the sun was still quite hot, took forever for the bus. And I was trying to keep track of, I'm not good with details. Okay, I've got 60 pesos he just gave me. I've got my credit card in my little cloth bag. My cloth bag goes into my nylon bag. Yeah, okay, this is good. But then the bus arrived and everything happened fast. And I thought I dropped a 20 peso note and I had to dig some more. And then I went to pay and they wouldn't take the payment just when you get off. So I shoved it in my pocket, but I didn't remember which one because it was all happening so fast. And then I was stupefied for the 45 minutes bus ride over to Playa. And turns out the hospital was right on the main drag, the big carretera, 6-lane highway. Sunday, slower, but I'm having to scamper across 6 lanes of traffic. I didn't even time it right. 2 cars had to screech to a halt and be very irritated with me as they went around me. So I got to La Jolla and had 2 cigarettes sitting outside of that place. And went in, and they were all super nice, beautiful facility. The reviews had been excellent, said they speak English. One review made it sound like, you can't afford this, but hard to tell. So I went in, lovely nurse, super young doctor, and no mention of minimum amount they need for me to get treated there. So I started to let go. Oh my God, I made it. I made it, I made it, I made it, I made it. And so I even told them, I'm missing so much sleep, I haven't had sleep for days. And it hurts my stomach when I lie back, so I just can't sleep. And this is nice, you guys are going to take good care of me. It's great. He says, yeah, we'll do a whole workup, and then tomorrow we'll make a plan. So I was letting go, big comfy bed. And then they sent in the woman from the budget office, the admin person, say, okay, here's what it's going to cost. Not 4,000 like that crazy CostaMed place, 2,000 US, which that's like my whole check, 2,000 US. I didn't have anything like that. I had 3,000 pesos, not $3,000. And I said, oh, we don't know. So they went and consulted, talked to somebody, came back, awfully sweet. The girl from the office, awfully sweet. The doctor, awfully sweet. No, we can't run the test. No, they won't let us run the test till you pay. So I'd already said if they send me back to the Poor People's Hospital, I liked the doctors in the ER. The ER was actually a lot of fun, loud music. It was crazy. It was a little party. The opposite of their completely sterile, beautiful place. And so I said, okay, you're going to send me back? Yeah. Uh, ambulance would be very expensive. No, I'll take a taxi. I've got my credit card. I'll pay for taxi. So I'm out in the lobby, and they show me what it actually did cost for what they did was 300 pesos, dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. You couldn't get a fish meal for that. So that was great. And I went in my pocket to pull out, okay, now the little cloth bag that's got the Tarjeta credit card is in your nylon bag. No, it's not. And I could picture me paying for the colectivo bus in front of the hospital, reached in the little cloth bag. No, there was no pesos in there. Reached in one pocket. No, there were no pesos there. Reached in the other pocket. Oh, yeah, there's the pesos. And I pictured that moment. Well, where's your little coin purse? Well, it's not in either of those hands. It's on the floor of the colectivo bus. The one document you had was your patterned up PayPal card that won't even insert, and you just lost it. You've worked so hard. You've worked so hard for years to pay attention to details. You fight for the details, and still you get beaten by the worst one. The thing you needed not to lose. And I was just like I had been hit by one too many punch. And I just kind of woozed and woozed and woozed. And they sent the nighttime guard outside to look at the place where I had my last smoke to see if it was there. It wasn't. That nice guy gave me 50 pesos to grab a colectivo bus home. Not to the hospital, home. And when I got home to Akumal, it was an eight block walk. And the doctor 4 days before said, you will never pee again. I've been such a peeing monster. I peed in that same pair of shorts 8 or 10 times today. Soaked those shorts 10 different times today. 4 times in the 40 minutes from when I got off the bus, went to the store, got home, I peed 4 times. So I don't seem like I'm about to die. And tomorrow we'll figure out. I gotta go back to the hospital. Gotta do something about my prostate. I was trying to convince them at Hoya Hospital. Well, if you have enough money from right now to run the test, and then I get my check in 8 days, can you keep me 8 days? No, of course not. So, start all over tomorrow. Not beaten. Not any more than I was this morning. I'm not in pain. I don't want to kill myself. That's progress. I was in so much pain earlier in the week. If I had had a gun, I might not have made it. Yeah. Yes, that's all. Talk to you tomorrow. Y'all come back. Bye.